to a town where they're not familiar with, just to get that recipe for success. I feel is unjust and is unfair because I live right across the street from a school, and that they used to attend that school, but unfortunately that school didn't meet, I feel personally, any of the 5 recipes for success. So when my child was chosen to go to the open choice program, of course as me as a parent, I had to make that decision whether or not I would allow them to either stay in a current school where they're not getting meeting the needs of my kids, or go to the school where they're at now, where they are meeting the needs of my children. So as a parent, it's a difficult decision, but yet, of course I'm gonna go where my child's gonna get their needs met. And I feel as though a child shouldn't have to, or a parent shouldn't have to make those decisions, especially when there's a community school right in their neighborhood.
Good point, Janika. Tainima, you wanted to elaborate on that as well? You can use the other mic. This one.
Hi, my name is Nyesha McCauley. I'm a parent of 2 children that attend Milner Public School that's labeled as a neighborhood school. How I feel about my scholars in school, we're being neglected because we don't have the 5 recipes. I feel we're being neglected due to the fact it's not fair, due to the fact we have not been picked in a lottery out of 1 in a million, or however the number is, to go to these better schools that have these 5 recipes, that at the end of the day, I want my child to be successful as any other mother want to be their child to be successful. But due to the fact that we live in a neighborhood and we haven't been picked, we don't get that opportunity. We got to keep fighting for a slot. And sometimes people keep fighting for a slot and fighting for a slot and still get put back. So I feel, due to the fact that someone is bringing these materials out and they're very supportive, and we have a team to enforce it, like, can Milner get that chance of that same success that the next kid that goes to Capital Prep or Jamoki Academy, or, you know, these big labels, but due to the fact we are public school and we the neighborhood school, it's like, where's the love for us?
Great point. Thank you, Tainima, for sharing. Bianchi, do you want to share your thoughts about the Equity Project?
Thank you. I think the equity project is needed in our community for all schools. My children go to Montessori Magnet, and they have equity at that school. We're very blessed to have the components of equity at our school. We have qualified, educated teachers. We have we have the enrollment cap so that our classes are safe, the climate is safe. I think that all schools should be equitable, and that parents shouldn't have to send their children way out to other communities to receive the type of education that all schools should receive. And I know I may be the exception in the rule, but I'm here to support all of our children because it affects our community. Their education is paramount, but all of the children's education is paramount.
Joseph, thank you, Bianchi.
Yeah, I'm just Lucien. I'm from Norwich. I'm not familiar with Hartford area, but on my area, Norwich, I think one of the ingredients of the equality project I can talk about is the safe school climate. We on Norwich, we try to do our best to make those schools. We have all elementary school and to middle school we have in Norwich. We try to make the climate safe for the kids. We work with school government council. We discuss everything we can put on the table with the superintendent. Like that, we can have all kids when they come to the school, they got a climate safe, and they can be safe, and that way they can learn, and they can be successful on the school. I think that's the number one ingredient. I think all the schools all over the country have to implement, because now with all the stuff happening on the school, people come to the school with a gun and shot our kids. I think that's very important for all schools implement that recipe on the project, and one ingredient on the project. I think that's all I can say about it.
Thank you. Now, I know that we also got into conversations in regards to how do we see our own school, where, how do people perceive our schools, and what kind of things our kids are experiencing in our schools. And I think, Tanya, you mentioned one thing, you know, when you started to say, I'll let you say it, but the perception of the school.
It'll go like this. Hey girl, what school your kids go to? Milner? Milner? No, my kid never go there. I'm like, why? No, it's never nothing positive. It's not nothing happy. It's not nothing compared to if you say your child go to Capital Pratt, Jamoki Academy, Noah Webster. Like, it's never on their level.
How does that make you feel?
Disappointed. Felt like I'm failing my own child. Like, but what could I do? Like, I feel very disappointed. I feel like as a mother, I'm failing my own baby because I'm sending them out there every day on time, you know? But like, what can I really do? Like, I'm doing proper procedure, I'm doing lotteries. Like, you know, I can't bust up in the school like, yo, put my baby, like, I can't do none of that. I gotta do everything orderly fashion. But it's like, hey, you just gotta pray you get that spot. And sometimes you can pray, and you still get put back. But the answer is like, why? Like, why my baby can't get a fair chance? And why my baby's at pre-K and kindergarten? This is a fresh start, so we get into school our all. Like, why?
Anybody else?
I felt the same way that Tanima felt at one point in time, because it's just my kid's first year in open choice. So I felt like that for a very long time. Here I am, a parent that is actively engaged in their child's school. Of course, I want nothing but the best for my child, because I know that education is the key to success and happiness. But what can I do to make it different? You participate into their activities, you help them wherever they need help with, you go to the PTO meetings, you participate on the PTO board, you know, you do whatever is in the school to do to show them that you're just as concerned about their education as though you're telling them education is important, but yet you still feel like, why the school just can't get it together? It's not you as a parent that's failing your child. I had to learn that. It's the system that is failing our kids. Here we go, trusting these people to take care of our children, but yet they're not, because they're not being treated as individuals. Is that fair? No. Why? Because we're being told as parents, you shouldn't treat this child the same way you treat that child because they're individuals. Okay, so I send them to school, but yet I allow you to treat my child not as an individual? How do you tell me how to treat my child when you do the same thing that I was just about to do? These are my kids, but yet you can dictate how I raise my child. It's okay for you, but it's not okay for me.